I'm dating coach and relationship expert Jennifer Hurwitz, and welcome to Doing Relationships Right. Raw, authentic, and insightful, this podcast is a no bullshit look at all things dating and relationships. The good, the not so good, and the what the hell was that? No worries, I've got you, and we'll figure it all out together without taking ourselves too seriously here on Doing Relationships Right. Here you are at midlife. Your boobs have entered a new zip code. You have jeans older than your daughter's new fiance. And now you're single again. But is that cause for a crisis? Hell no. It's time to pick yourself up, Buttercup. Whether you're freshly unhitched, just dipping your toesies back into the dating pool, or ready to dive into a new relationship, my new book, Midlife Priceless, a dating coach's guide to finally doing relationships right, has you covered with new dating and relationship advice tailored to meet you wherever you are in your relationship journey. Join me, Jennifer Hurwitz, author of best-selling books, One Happy Divorce and Woulda, Coulda, Shoulda, as I share BS-free tips and laugh out loud personal anecdotes to help set you on the path toward finally doing dating and relationships right. Grab your copy of my new book, Midlife Priceless, at jenniferhurwitz.com. That's jenniferhurwitz.com. Good morning. This is Doing Relationships Right. I'm Jennifer Hurwitz, and I'm your host every single week, whether it's a Just Jen or it's your Tuesday episode. Today, it's Tuesday, and it's just me. No guest today. It's my last episode of the year. So I thought that I'd do it by myself and say, first of all, happy Hanukkah, everybody. If you're celebrating Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah to you. And my family and my friends that are celebrating everybody. So it's my last episode of 2022, out with the old and in with the new. I'm going to do my top 10 things that I learned in 2022. Okay. Actually, the top 10 things that I learned this year, and I wanted to share them with you. 2022 is kind of a crazy one for me. And I know that I didn't really share as much as I usually do. We started off in January of this year. Things were kind of cryptic. I had a boyfriend, Jim and I, if you follow me, Batman, we were together for 5 years, and then we weren't. And I was kind of quiet about it, and I didn't really share anything. I didn't really get on social media so much. And people were kind of like wondering where Jim was and what was going on. And my friends knew, and some people knew and some people didn't. And we kind of tried to work it out again. And we broke up a couple times, but I'm not going to talk as much about Jim because he's my past. And you can read about it in the book, my book, Midlife Priceless, a dating coach's guide to finally doing relationships right. I talk a lot about my past relationships, holding myself accountable. And my book actually, which came out in October, the catalyst or the impetus for me writing my book was my breakup with Jim, and kind of, my kids going to school and being an empty nester and kind of like having a midlife crisis. And then I realized, you know what? Fuck, it's not really a midlife crisis. It's like priceless. Basically, it's a good thing. And turning 50 was a great thing. And my breakup was, while it was very difficult for me, it was, also the right choice. And it led me to much happier, bigger, better things. Although Jim was fantastic and our relationship was amazing when it was amazing. The 5 years we spent together, it was a season, and everything, there's a reason for the season. And, you can read about it in my book, but moving forward. So number one for me, turning 50 was not as horrible as I thought it would be. It really wasn't. I woke up, yesterday I did a podcast the other day, an IG live with Wendy Valentine, the Midlife Makeover show. And she asked me on the day that I turned 50 on October 12th, when I woke up in the morning, how did I feel? And I remember waking up and being like, fuck, like, holy fuck. I am 50, and how do I feel? And you know what? I think 50 is like, people are like, it's just a number. You know what? It's a number, but it's a strange one. It's a really strange number because it's like half of 100, which is so bizarre because I know I'm not going to make it to 100. I mean, I know like most people don't. So I have less than 50 years left, which is where I am now. So I've lived 50 years on this planet, and I have probably less than 50 years more. It's just so strange, you guys, but I feel good. I mean, I feel like, you know what? I'm okay. 50 is just a number, and I feel good. And I don't think I look 50. I just don't. I don't know. I look in the mirror and I'm like, my brain doesn't feel 50. So, I don't know. I think it's okay. And I think that turning 50 was not as bad as I thought. I'm okay. Number two, while I had no plans to write a book this year, I had no plans at all, like legitimately no plans. I knew my third book was in me somewhere. I thought maybe I would write about my kids, or I would write about, I knew it was going to be about dating something. I wasn't sure, but I had no plans. It was the perfect time to write the book. Jim and I broke up, and I knew the boys were leaving for school, and I was kind of like, I looked at Zach and I was sitting there, and I'm like, oh, I'm having a midlife crisis. And he's like, no, Mom, you're not. You're totally not. You're doing great, and you're going to be fine. And I was like, what rhymes with crisis? Let's do the opposite. Let's look at an antonym. No. And I thought of Priceless. And so he kind of helped me. So that's that. It was a perfect time to write the book. And I wrote it very quickly. If everybody knows, my friends know that I write so fast. People hate me, and I'm sorry, but I write really fast, and I write stream of consciousness. So I just spit shit out and it's there. Number 3, even though Jim, my ex-boyfriend Jim, wasn't perfect for me, he was perfect for the time. And we had I think we had a great relationship. I don't know. I just love him. I do. I love him. And even though he wasn't the perfect person for me, I always thought maybe he was. He wasn't. When we broke up, we created a space for me to find my Mr. Right. And just so happens that it was the most challenging part of my life was breaking up with Jim. I was really devastated, and for so many reasons. And I felt like a failure, and I felt like I was quitting. But sometimes you have to quit. And this part is also in my book too, but sometimes you have to quit, and it's not giving up. It's realizing that you have to quit because it's for yourself, and you have to move forward because you have to do what's right for you. Although it was challenging, it was the most fantastic thing ever, because I was able to open a space to allow the right person for me. And he is amazing, and, he's a good human, and he's kind, and he's a friend from a long time ago, and which I'll get to that later. But it's the right fit, and it feels right, and it feels good. And I don't know, when one door opens, another one closes, kind of thing. Maybe people don't believe that, but I do. So that's number 3. Number 4, something else I learned: leaving both my boys at college in August of this year and going home to an empty house left a void more significant than I ever imagined. And it also filled my heart with so much love. So those feelings all at the same time was just really overwhelming, because I knew that I gave them the skills. My husband and we gave them the skills and the tools they needed to survive, hopefully, make their good choices. But watching them go, I'm going to cry, and be the best versions of themselves, was the scariest feeling ever, but it was the best feeling. They have thrived. They are just, oh my God. To watch them, to go for Parents Weekend in October, to see them with their friends and their girlfriends and their, oh my God, it's just like, if you're a parent and you can, and yes, they've had their, oh my God, their heartache, and it's been difficult, and transitioning was hard. And, it's always hard. College is tough. Anyone who says college for kids is not tough is it's bullshit, but it's hard. But yeah, it's the most amazing thing. So this year has been just filled with so much. Oh God, it's been a crazy year. Just lots of feelings. That's number 4. Okay, y'all, we need to talk about the holidays and divorce. It's a stressful time for families, especially when alcohol is involved, and our friends at SoberLink want to help. SoberLink has teamed up with divorce and family law experts to provide information that offers peace of mind during the holidays. For those who still haven't heard about SoberLink, it is the solution if you are going through a divorce and custody case involving alcohol. Whether you are falsely accused of alcohol use or are concerned about your child's safety because of the other parent's alcohol use, SoberLink can help. SoberLink works to keep children safe, and its technology makes it a gold standard in alcohol monitoring systems. Don't miss out on SoberLink's free guide for the upcoming holiday season. Request it today at www.soberlink.com/DRR. That's soberlink.com. Number 5, Jennifer 2.0 is my favorite version of me. That's right. That's why I wrote the book. I'm setting boundaries like a badass. I've learned how to communicate much better, which always shocks me, because I thought I was the best communicator ever, but I clearly was not with my new partner. And this just surprises me. So I'm not sure if it's the new guy that makes me a better communicator, or if it's us together that we just know how to communicate. But I fucking love the way we handle shit. We don't fight. We don't argue. We don't scream. We come to the table and we freaking talk. We have safe spaces for each other. Oh my God, it's like he's a grown up and I'm a grown up, and we listen to each other and we're heard, and I feel understood. I don't know, y'all. It is like when you find someone that you just click with, or they just understand you. It's like at a different level. I'm just so super, super proud of myself and proud of him. And we just make a really good team. So I just love it. And that's number 5. And number 6, and this is also friendship first for the win. Okay. Being friends before you start a relationship makes a huge difference in love, trust, and attraction. So my new guy, we were friends for forever. I've known him forever. I knew him from Detroit. We have mutual friends, millions of them. We come from the same hometown. He went to the same, we just know each other. Right. And so we found each other. We reignited. Is that the word? What's the word? Oh, fuck it. We found each other again, and, we started as friends, and I'll be honest, I wasn't so attracted to him. I didn't think we had that attraction. And I wasn't sure. We were just really good friends. And as we got more into talking to each other and learning about each other, he was just hotter by the minute, and he felt the same way. So we just learned about each other and we took things slowly, and it wasn't oh my God. So now I want to tell my clients, y'all, if you go on a first date and you don't know how you feel, go on a second date. I mean, that's what I did. I just went on a second date, and oh my God, it's just the best. And he's just smart, and I can't say enough. Anyway. So, yeah, friendship for the win. Be friends. Don't give away trust. Earn it. You need to learn about each other. And oh my God, I don't know. Anyway. So, number 7, I've learned to not answer questions about past relationships. You can read about it in my book, and I'm not bringing this relationship that I'm in now onto social media. I'm not doing it. It was way too much pressure for my last relationship. Jim and he was on my podcast. He was on my feed. We bantered in public. I think that it was a lot of pressure for us. And I think it was a lot of pressure for him. And I'm sorry that I did that to us. And I'm sorry that I did that to him. And I regret that. It's one of my biggest regrets. And I wish that I had given him a little more space. And I'm just sorry if Jim is listening. I'm sorry for that. So that's number 7, lesson learned. And that is that. And number 8, I'm taking chances, living in the moment. And 2023 is all about me. I'm being selfish. I might return to the podcast next year. I might not, but that's for me to know and you to find out. I'm not going to share that right now. I just don't know. I do know this. I'm moving. I'm taking a leap of faith. I'm heading out west for a couple months. And I'm going to see how I like it. And we'll see what happens. But I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, for those of you who don't know. And I'm going to head out west and see what happens and take a leap of faith. I've no reason to be here in Charlotte anymore. I'm alone here. My boys are at Syracuse, and I'm going to see what happens. So we'll see. We will see. But, taking chances. That's all there's to it. Number 8 is I'm learning to take chances. Number 9, I've learned that midlife is priceless. No crisis here. I've learned that my AS, for those of you who have been following me, I have ankylosing spondylitis. It's an autoimmune disease. It's very rare. It's yucky. It comes along with an eye thing called uveitis, which I've had to cancel on guests before. I've had to cancel on TV things, segments, because my eye is flamed up. It's a mess, and it's not easy to deal with, and it's getting more difficult as I get older, but I'm not going to let it ruin the time I have left. I'm going to get out there and I'm going to do my thing, chicken wing. And, I've learned that I can manage it. And I've learned that people that understand my chronic condition, it's very hard to have an autoimmune disease, and people, they look at you and they're like, oh, she's fine. Yeah, I'm fine for the most part. I forget about it sometimes until I'm not. But yeah, I got that. I got it under control. Number 9, I can learn to live with my ankylosing spondylitis. Don't Google it. It's the worst. And number 10, before I say goodbye, I am grateful for all the lessons that 2022 has taught me. I've held myself accountable for all the shit that I fucked up. And now it's time to move forward to 2023 with a bang. So happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and happiest of New Year's to all. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here with me on this journey, for sharing 2022 with me. I know I was kind of cryptic at times, but now you know the whole story. If you want to know the entire story with details, go grab my book, Midlife, Priceless. It is a great read for everyone. For those of you in a relationship, it's a choose your own adventure book, kind of quote unquote. It's a just do you. So you can follow along or you can skip through the pages. It gives you like directions on what to do and where to go. So you don't have to read about stuff you don't want to read about. You can follow your own journey through the book. It's for people dating. It's for people just getting out of a breakup that want to date again. It's for people who are in relationships or divorce. It's for everybody. And I really am proud of this book. I really am. I'm super proud of it. It's my best work to date. And so catch me on Charlotte Today. I'm on segments all through December, hopefully next year too. And that is that. I just want to say love you and thank you for listening. And it's been 5 years. Oh my God, has it been 5 years? I'm doing relationships right. Holy shit, it has. We'll see. We'll see what happens next year, but just have a great holiday. Be thankful. And I don't know. I'm just really thankful and grateful for all y'all. So peace, love, and so much truth. Happy New Year. Hey, thanks for listening to Doing Relationships Right. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the show, subscribe, rate, and review wherever you get your podcast episodes. And please grab my books, One Happy Divorce and Woulda, Coulda, Shoulda on my website, jenniferhurwitz.com. And look out for my new book, all about doing dating right, coming soon. As usual, thanks for listening. See you next week. Peace, love, and truth.